What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host, Chris, and today I was thinking about fans of film, things that people are excited for, and of course our very, very short attention span, and how the fact that the only way we are satisfied with a Marvel announcement is when they announce the end of Phase 6 when we haven't even finished Phase 4 yet. I mean, we're sitting here talking about Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty, and we still have to finish Phase 4. So it really kind of reflects to me everything that everybody's excited for has to be years and years in advance, which is cool because it builds an awesome anticipation. But I was thinking about summer 2023, so I started looking at the list of all the big blockbusters that will be releasing summer 2023, and it is an extraordinary list. So today, to remind you of what's not too far away, only a few months between this big, huge attack of massive blockbuster films, several superhero movies, Transformers movies, some other one-off films that are going to be a lot of fun, and many others, we're going to be talking about all of the hottest movies coming out summer 2023 today. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our other major movie and television news updates happening daily here on the channel. And of course, you can also check me out on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser and Twitter at TheCultureChris. Links to both of these are in the description below. So honestly, and I really don't feel like I'm editorializing here or being the loud YouTuber, we have an awesome summer headed our way in 2023. Some massive projects dropping, some updated or rebooted franchises, some continuations like with the MCU headed into Phase 5, and then of course the endings of some very long sagas that have been happening. So let's jump right into it. May 5th, 2023, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, this is a big one for more than one reason. First, it's a Marvel project, which across the board, Marvel always is extremely well talked about. A lot of people are always really excited for them, and even if you're starting to fall on the I don't care about Marvel anymore side of things, regardless of that opinion, this is going to be a big movie. Also, this is the ending of James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy. He's talked about at length how this is his last project, and this is the end of his Guardians, which means we're going to see several deaths. We're getting introduced to many more characters, villains, and good guys alike. So expect a really, really sad ending with also a potential huge, hopeful future. Guardians of the Galaxy was one that took the world by storm, as the comic book run wasn't very successful, but James Gunn came with a mission, and I think we can say mission completed as we prepare for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in the summer of 2023. Coming next on May 19th is Fast X, so the 10th movie in the Fast and Furious franchise. However, it is not the Fast Saga's finale. We will have one more movie, supposedly one more movie, Fast 11, which will follow up following Fast X as they're filming both of them together. So it's a two-part conclusion to the Fast and Furious series, and supposedly we will be getting the end of the Fast and Furious movies. Now, I know a lot of you people think that this should have ended a long time ago. We should have been done after Fast 2 or Fast 1 or Fast 3 or wherever you fell off the Fast and Furious boat, but a lot of people still really enjoy these movies. They've been a fun saga, and to see them now coming to an end in a two-part conclusion, it's kind of exciting. Now we know they're going to have several spin-offs. We've already seen a few like Hobbs and Shaw, and we know they're going to continue with different storylines branching off of this main story, but still, this is the conclusion of the main storyline from the original Fast and Furious movies. So super exciting and interesting for sure. Now the next one is a Disney live-action classic remake, which is The Little Mermaid. Now I'm sure you've heard by now that Halle Bailey will be playing Ariel, Jonah King will be playing Prince Eric, Melissa McCarthy is going to be playing Ursula, and we have a ton of other fun little hidden surprises on the original classic Disney animated Little Mermaid, which was derived from the original book, written by Danish author Hans Christian Andersen. Now keep in mind that this is actually referred to as a movie coming out 2023 fantasy/musical. So I would expect to hear a lot of those original songs, and perhaps they will have changed some of them or omit a few of them because Disney doesn't necessarily do shot for shot remakes, but it's going to be very similar, and it's something to be excited for if you're a big old Disney fan and you're enjoying these live action remakes. Coming out next summer on our list is a sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and is coming out on June 2nd. Now, the original movie, which came out as a part of the Sony Spider-Verse, was very well received with this unique animation style, very interesting actor choices for voice actors, and an overall amazing story. It definitely grabbed the audience. A lot of people even raved about it being the best Spider-Man project made in the last 30 years, including all of the Spider projects. So it's really, really fun that we're having the sequel coming along, and I think they're going to go above and beyond, as we've seen. And the synopsis does read specifically, Miles Morales returns for the next chapter of the Oscar-winning Spider-Verse saga, an epic adventure that will transport Brooklyn's full-time friendly neighborhood Spider-Man across the multiverse to join forces with Gwen Stacy and a new team of spider people to face off with a villain more powerful than anything they have ever encountered. So the teaser trailer that we got for that has already showed us a lot of really fun things that are going on and that will be happening, introducing characters like Spider-Man 2099 and so much more that we still haven't seen or even heard about. So get excited for that wild ride, which will also be coming to us next summer on June 2nd. Following that is another animated project that will be releasing June 16th, 2023, called Elemental. Pixar has provided the very first details of the upcoming feature Elemental, including a release date, as mentioned, June 16th, and the director, who will be Peter Schoen, who you'll probably know from The Good Dinosaur. The movie takes place in a city filled with beings tied to the various elements of fire, water, air, and land. So this one definitely has big Inside Out vibes. It definitely follows the whole idea and the animation style of that series. I'm interested to see how it turns out. I know a lot of you guys are major fans of Pixar, and you won't be missing this one because a lot of people don't miss anything Pixar puts out. And overall, I think every single one of them, although not always the most original, but they're always a good time, always a lot of fun, and definitely always family friendly. The same week, on June 9th, we're going to have Transformers Rise of the Beasts release. Now, Transformers is a very questioned or thought upon franchise. We had the entire Transformer storyline, which just kind of ended. A lot of people thoroughly enjoyed it at the beginning, and yeah, we all agree it kind of fell off a little bit. And then there's those people who are diehard Michael Bay fans and people who don't like Michael Bay or anything he's touched or involved with. I personally really enjoyed the first 3 or 4 Transformer films, and then, I'll be real, interest kind of fell off. But then they stopped making those movies. A few years later, they came out with the soft reboot, which was the Bumblebee series, took place in a different world, different universe, had Haley Steinfeld involved, and now we're having a continuation of that with Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Supposedly this is happening during the 1990s, and the Maximals and the Predacons and Terracons join the existing battle on Earth between the Autobots and Decepticons. We don't have hard information as to where this exists, if it's this all-new universe, if it happens inside the Bumblebee storyline or in the original Transformer storyline. So we're still going to have to wait for hard confirmations on that, although there are a lot of rumors, leaks, and people believe that this will be taking place in the Bumblebee universe and storyline, and not in the original Transformer storyline that we had with the Michael Bay movies. But of course, we'll get more information and hopefully some more confirmations about that as the release date gets closer. We've got a big one coming June 30th, 2023, Indiana Jones 5. I know a lot of people are very skeptical about this. Many fans of the original trilogy were not too proud of the 2008 continuation with an older Indiana Jones, and here we are with an even older Indiana Jones. The still untitled Indiana Jones 5 film will be coming out and supposedly will be taking place in the 60s during the space race. It has been co-written by Mangold, who's also the director, and of course, none other than Harrison Ford is returning to play his very singular role of Indiana Jones. Hopefully nobody really wants to return and take over this role from him, and very honestly, in my opinion, I hope that they don't try to kill him off and ruin all of that for us either, because that would be really sad as well. Indiana Jones is one of my personal favorite franchises, and I know many of you feel the same, as it used to be a very simple but fun adventure action-packed series, and now moving into these reboots and these continuations and this where are they now kind of storyline, I know a lot of people are feeling like that legacy is being tarnished, so hopefully we can enjoy it and it's a good time, but you can let me know what you think in the comment section down below. At this time, we are only about halfway through all of the big blockbuster movies coming out in 2023 during the summer, and we have about 7 more to go over. So, strap on in, take a breather, and let's continue. Coming out at the beginning of the second half of our list, June 23rd, 2023, is The Flash movie. Now, we've talked about this one in abundance here on the channel. We know there's a lot of problems surrounding actor Ezra Miller, who plays Barry Allen, the Flash. We know Michael Keaton's going to be involved. We know that this has Ben Affleck in it. And we also know that it's a multiverse movie that was kind of meant to reset the DCEU, which in the opinion of pretty much everybody was a failed DC cinematic project. Now, with the resetting of the multiverse, it opens up a lot of doors for continuing and building and rebuilding. However, of course, with the Ezra Miller problem, everybody's a little worried about how much weight they've weighed on this movie and on the shoulders of a problem child. Now, with that being said, all of the pre-screenings and the early screeners for it that have gone out have had amazing reviews. People really have enjoyed what was produced. So now you really just have the ethical question of, should we scrap it because Ezra's all over the place, or do we not care about that? And that's really kind of an opinion for you to hold, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers is going to be releasing this. So if you're going to boycott it, that's up to you. But it sounds like this project will be moving forward in the summer of 2023. July 14th, 2023 has Mission Impossible 7. More specifically, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, with the sequel Dead Reckoning Part 2 releasing in summer 2024. Now, Tom Cruise has played this undercover CIA agent Ethan for almost 30 years, and the 7th and upcoming 8th movies for this franchise have promised to hold an even higher crazy amount of action, stunts, and hopefully a really cool and refreshed storyline as they kind of move into this Part 1 and Part 2 potential conclusion to the Mission Impossible saga. July 21st, 2023, we have Oppenheimer. Now, this one is about physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, who works with a team of scientists during the Manhattan Project, which was the project during World War II that developed the atomic bomb. Now, this is supposed to be based off of Kai Bird and Martin J. Sherman's biography of the historical figure of the character, the father of the atomic bomb, who is Oppenheimer. Supposedly, it's going to be a pretty historically accurate piece, and it's going to be a ton of fun and pretty intense to watch, as this is a pretty big time in history when a weapon of mass destruction wasn't only created, but was also used more than once, and it is a pretty heavy story. So hopefully this movie will do good justice to that, and we can all learn a thing or two about our past. Now, of course, following that very serious historical moment about the nuclear bomb is the Barbie movie, which releases July 21st, 2023. Now, with a star-studded cast, including so many different members that you guys all love, including Will Ferrell, Greta Gerwig, Ryan Gosling, and Margot Robbie, you guys are going to have an absolute blast with this fun, hopefully not too seriously taken movie about a Barbie who's turned live action. Now, I don't think we should put too much weight on the overall importance of this film, because at the end of the day, it is just Barbie. But I know a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun with that. They love the cast, and it's a pretty classic doll who definitely has her own place in history in her own way as well. So hopefully this is another fun one, and it isn't just a bunch of colors and loud music. Another Marvel project for you, July 28th, 2023, The Marvels, which, following the Miss Marvel series, which in the post-credits scene had Brie Larson's Captain Marvel switch places with the newly introduced Miss Marvel, using what we are all presuming to be the Negabands. So they switched locations, and now Miss Marvel, played by Iman Vellani, is in probably a lot of trouble. It's going to be interesting to see the story and where this progresses, how this potentially connects to mutants, since it was teased that Miss Marvel is actually a mutant. So a lot of interesting stuff developing there, and for fans of the MCU, and of Phase 5 and what we're building into with Secret Wars, you guys should definitely enjoy this one, as it seems like it has a lot of vital pieces of information for the overall storyline and not just for the Marvels. August 4th, 2023 is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and this isn't one I could skip because, let's be honest, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are freaking awesome. With that being said, Mutant Mayhem is an upcoming computer-animated superhero film based on characters from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles storyline. It's the 7th theatrical Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, and it is the 2nd computer-animated film in the franchise. Coming out on August 4th, it's sure to be a lot of fun. Seth Rogen is actually a producer on that, and it will be directed by Jeff Rowe. And to finish off the summer of super blockbusters, on August 18th, Blue Beetle, the DC film which will be releasing and starring a Latino character. Main actor Xolo Maridueña will be playing Blue Beetle, and of course George Lopez is playing a character known as Rudy, so hopefully we'll have a lot of fun with that as well. It was originally being developed exclusively for HBO Max, the streaming service, but now it will have a cinematic release and will be seen on the big screen. Now DC is in a little bit of a weird place, but since this isn't until next year, we will have the Flash movie had release, we will have Black Adam, Shazam 2, and Aquaman 2 all releasing before this, so who knows, maybe DC will be in a better place when this does release. So, I wasn't joking, summer 2023 is going to be the summer of blockbusters. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Fast X, The Little Mermaid, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Elemental, Transformers Rise of the Beast, Indiana Jones 5, The Flash, Mission Impossible 7, Oppenheimer, Barbie, The Marvels, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Blue Beetle. Not just superhero films, some refreshing projects, some stuff that hasn't been done before. Yes, Hollywood is, I would definitely say, in a little bit of a rut where they're having a hard time creating new and fresh content. And I know a lot of you guys will say the same thing, that this is kind of, you know, superhero movies and reboots and all the same stuff over and over and on repeat. And that's just the funk that we're in as a culture, I suppose. But you let me know what you're most excited for in the comment section down below. Is it a Marvel project? Is it a superhero project? Is it something unrelated completely? Is it something that wasn't even on this list? Summer 2023, gonna be a big one, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching at the very end of the video. If you did make it all the way to the end, let me know, and I'll be sure to interact with you and say thanks for supporting the channel. And don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.